We You can always let me know in the chat. I see many people, so the chat is always open, and we are going to make this as engaging as possible. So, if this is your first time catching me live, let me know in the chat. And if this you've caught me live before your entire live, let me know as well. And yeah, you are my new besties from all over, so you can kindly let me know where you're watching me from. I see people from all over. Welcome, welcome. So I'm gonna acknowledge some people who are in here right now. So we've got Alphonse, we've got Ruby, we've got Sage, Chioma, we've got Peter, we've got Uche, and everybody, thank you. Hashtag live in the chat. Okay, welcome, welcome. So before we get into this conversation, I would love to just set the stage and do some few housekeeping. So if you're joining and as you're tuning in, kindly mute yourself, mute your mic so that your background noise is not interfering the conversation. So that is the first thing. So kindly mute yourself as you're joining. There's going to be time for everyone to speak, but right now, kindly mute yourself. So again, you're so welcome. And if you've never, this is your first time catching me in a training, I'm Sunita, and I used to be a business coach before my awakening. And after my spiritual awakening, I transitioned into supporting people on their own spiritual ascension path because I remembered actually why I came and I returned to my own calling. So if this is your first time, you are so welcome. And the first thing that we want to do, let's just do some quick grounding exercise, even before I do some housekeeping. And that is wherever you are, you can just kind of lay your hands on your chest and just taking a deep breath through your nose and then exhale through your mouth. Again, inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. And for the last time, inhale. Now you can hold it for a few seconds and notice how you feel. Notice the sensations in your body and just use this second to connect with yourself. And now you can kindly breathe out. Amazing. Now, I want you to say this prayer or mind treatment. Say, my heart is open, my mind is open, my energy is open to receive all that is in alignment to my highest path, my highest calling, to love and to light. Let the light of the Creator shine through me, in me, as me, right here, right now. I allow my vessels to be transformed, and my energy is purified. Only that which is of good, only that which of my highest path, only that which is of the divine is allowed into my heart, into my energetic field, and into my soul. And I choose to remember who I am, why I came, and who I am here to be. And in this, I believe and I stand. And together we say, so it is. So it is. So if you agree, you can just drop it is in the chat. Let me know. So first thing first, we are going to be recording this. So it's already recorded. So there's going to be a replay that is going to, you are going to be able to catch the replay later. Now, after the replay, we are going to be making this to be as conversational as possible. And after this training, you're going to have access to the replay as well to watch again and again and fully integrate. And before we set in this masterclass, there's a reason why this training is not another live stream or another in public. It is because this is a transformational space. And transformation, most of the time, is not really about learning, it's about doing. So, for example, if you didn't do that breathwork exercise, then that is actually why we are here, because we are here. This is what I call integration. And if you've been following me asking question and you heard me talk about integration, this is what integration work looks like. It looks like doing it, doing the thing, right? So that is the first thing. And then the second, this masterclass is going to be between 60 and 90-minute max. And I'm going to be sharing with you on the return to your calling and how this is actually a homecoming. And then at the end, I'm going to share with you an opportunity to deepen this conversation, to deepen this transformation if you feel aligned. And if this is going to be a mentorship or a coaching invitation in the private group setting, just like we are few of us here, but then in an intimate setting where we meet consistently every week to actually get you to start living in alignment to your calling and creating abundance from that place of alignment. So I declare that the frequency of this place is love, it's remembrance, and it's sacred activation. So let's get into that. And if you are talking, you have any question, you can just leave it in the chat, and hope you have your notebook, your journal to be doing the things as we go and integrate at the same time. So, first of all, let's talk about why most of us lose our calling. And first of all, what is our calling? So, most of us incarnated in this world with a spiritual calling. And this calling is not about what we came here to be, but it's always and also the unique frequency you came here to anchor within yourself and to anchor within the world. So, this frequency or this unique signature essence is unique to you. And it's the frequency that it's only you that is meant to hold and embody, right? So, but as we step into this world, as we step into this space, right, we, because of so many things, we kind of like disconnect from our own journey. So before your soul incarnated on this earth, there was a specific essence you kind of like signed with the divine. You're like, I'm going to embody this essence in this lifetime. And the reason I'm going to embody this essence is so that I can return and be at my highest, or what we call the most aligned path. I can be in my higher self. And I can actually, after being in that higher self, I can raise the frequency of the earth by being in that frequency code. So your calling, in essence, is your frequency code. And like I always say, most people interchangeably use it for purpose. But purpose is, in a sense, a soul's journey, right? So your calling is who you are here to be. But as you came in this world to embody this unique essence, there is a veil of forgetting that was put upon you. And this veil of forgetting is what every soul actually experienced in this lifetime as they came. So it's almost like there's this veil of forgetting that is thrown so that you go to sleep and you get in a hypnotic state so that you do not actually remember your calling. And the goal of this, of source, the universe itself, actually align us to go or have this experience. The goal is so that we can actually get on a journey of seeking and remembrance and returning. So the returning process, the awakening process, the remembrance process in itself, and the forgetting process is part of our purpose. But then our calling is who we are here to be after we remember who we are, right? So, but when we incarnate in this world, we forget. And the truth is that as we are thrown into society, there are a few things that happen. The very first thing is that there's what we call societal pressure conditioning, especially survival mode. So survival mode is actually the thing that where we are trying to survive and we just want to stay alive, right? So we want to see it like, again, if you know that your calling is actually the unique essence you came here to express and embody and then transmit to the earth by your being and through your being, right? And then your purpose or your calling, in a sense, is actually the thing that is going to make you rich, is the thing that is going to make you the most healthy, is the thing that is going to make you the most successful, and is the thing that is going to make you the most effortless, right? So the first thing is that why then do we do we actually need a calling, right? Or why should we have a calling? Or why should we return our calling and live in our calling? The very first thing is that when you return to your calling, you literally are rearranging your life in alignment. So there is a path, like I always say, that is the most aligned path for you when you incarnated on earth. There was a path that your soul chose, that this is the path I'm going to follow, and this is my highest and most aligned path, right? And there are other paths, because when a soul comes into earth, when you came, there are actually other paths that you could take. And at every point where you ever made any decision in your life, there was another possibility or potential that was created in the field. Even though you didn't go down that line, it means that moment that you decided not to marry that ex, or that moment you decided not to go into that school, there is actually a version of you in the energetic plane or in the spiritual plane that actually went to that school and is living a complete different possibility and reality than the one that you are living right now. And because that version of you is living a reality that is completely different than the one that you are living right now, there is something that that version of you, or that you are, that other possibility is living, but that may not and is not in alignment to your highest path. So there are different spiritual paths, there are different life paths, there are different paths somebody can take. They are in fact infinite. And this is why I always say you never make mistakes, right? Because at every point where you choose, okay, I'm not going to make this decision, there's almost like a detour, right? And that at every detour, there is another possibility. And that possibility is not a mistake. So we never really make mistakes. We just choose different paths. And on these different paths, there is the most aligned path, and there's the effortless path, and there is the highest path. So this is the path of your calling. Your calling is the path when you get on, you are almost accelerated. Now, have you ever watched people, let me know in the chat, have you ever watched people who are manifesting things in their life? And if it just feels like they are just living and things are happening, like they are not really in the hustle and grind, right? In the survival mode that everyone in the matrix is in, right? It's like, oh, I want to stay alive, I want to pay my bills and all of that, right? Have you ever watched, like, let me know in the chat if you've ever seen anybody, especially people in the matrix, right, being in this survival mode of chasing. And have you ever also seen somebody else who is just existing, who is just being, and the only thing they are focused on is alignment, and every other thing is coming to them? Now, your calling is a path in which you are going to experience effortless manifestation. Now, effortless in the sense that you are going to experience manifestation that is not as a result of, let me try hard to do this, to achieve this, let me hustle and grind to get this, right? But it's going to be almost as a result of your being, because your being does the work. And this is the thing. When you awaken, your job is not really being about, let me do more, let me act more, let me take more action. It's more about, how can I embody more? And how can I be more of that unique essence? How can I be more of that divine expression through myself, right? So that is why you should follow your calling, because your manifestation is going to be effortless. Your life is going to be easier. And trust me, everything you're going to need is going to come to you. Now, this is why. For example, let's take like you have a desire to attract an aligned partner or a divine union, manifest a divine union. Most of the time, the how is you, it is in you aligning to your calling. Why? Because when you incarnated on this earth, there was a purpose. There was that purpose, like, okay, this is your soul journey, right? And in that soul journey, there's like, this is where you are going to be. This is who you are going to be. And this is your signature essence. And as a result of being in this signature essence, there are other souls that have this signature essence, that when you live in alignment and you are vibrating in the signature essence, because it is your embodiment in who you are going to attract people who are automatically and naturally attracted to this essence. So this means that you get to this place where You are attracting people. People are everything that your desire is manifesting because you're in alignment. Like, how many of you know that if, for example, if you manifested your dream partner, I'm just gonna say an example. Like, it doesn't mean that everyone here is desiring that, but if you had to manifest your dream partner, right? And you manifested them when you are out of alignment to your calling, especially before your awakening, right? How many of you know that after your awakening, there's going to be resistance to being with this person because maybe they were just not attracted to you, or you were not attracted to them when you were in that calling. So be you being in alignment in your calling is the surest way, because at that point, those people that you or contract or manifestation desires that you were like, before this earth incarnate, I'm going to manifest this. And if I manifest this, or when I manifest this, these are the things that are going to come in my life in return. These things actually start following because you're vibrating there. You're just a match, because we don't attract what we want, right? In manifestation, we don't attract what we want, we attract who we are. So when you are you in your calling, you are being the you, the unique essence that you're here to be. And guess what? You attract what is an energetic match to that, and you no longer chase. So the money becomes a byproduct, right? The money becomes as a function of you living in alignment to your calling, right? And it becomes a function of you just existing. So, what are some of the blocks that are actually keeping you from stepping in your calling? One of the blocks that are keeping you from stepping in your calling is one, you don't want to be, or you are addicted to survival mode. So, what is the addiction to survival mode? You are addicted to suffering. You are addicted to struggling. You are addicted to living out of alignment with your soul, and you are addicted to things being hard. Now, the addiction to survival mode comes as a result where maybe you grow up in an environment, in a household where getting what you want didn't always come with ease, and it didn't always come with things being easy. It came with things being hard, and it comes with you struggling, having to chase, having to like hustle, if I can per se, quote unquote, in order to make things happen. So, because you are in this hustling because of one conditioning, and also because of conditioning, you were told that, oh, you have to work hard, right? Have you ever heard that? Like, if you've ever heard that growing up or from society, let me know in the chat. Like, you have to work hard to make money. You have to work hard to be successful. Like, you or the system, religion, like the patriarchy, the capitalism and trauma itself within you is screaming, you have to work hard. And as a result, because you hold this, every fiber of your being believe that success only comes as a result of hard work. Money only comes as a result of hard work. Abundance always comes as a result of hard work. Guess what? You stay out of alignment with your calling, because when you get out in your in alignment with your calling, you manifest very fast, and to many of you, that feels weird. That feels strange because of the addiction to suffering. So suffering becomes a dopamine hit to your brain. And in the moment that you're not suffering, you just think that it's not normal, right? So these are some subconscious thing, because we are getting your subconscious mind now, blocking you from actually stepping into a calling and returning to your calling. You think, oh, there's actually a part of you that is afraid of who you're going to become, of how easy life is going to become for you. Now, you might tell me, oh, no, no, that's not true. I really want to succeed. But here's the thing, at a conscious level, you want that. But the reason why you don't have that is because your subconscious is not in alignment to that. There is an addiction in your body, in your subconscious mind, in your brain, to things being hard, to life being hard, to struggling, to trying to earn your way to success, to compromising something, your standards, your values, in order just to succeed. So there's that addiction to survival. And also the addiction to the metrics construct of what success should look like and how you should make money. You know, for example, when we were growing up, right, we were conditioned that, hey, you have to go to school, work hard, get a job, and that is the path, right? Like that is the general path. But you and I know that as an also you try that path and it feels like no, thank you, because it just shrinks you. It shrinks your gift. But because it's encoded in your subconscious, in the society within which you exist, the metrics which we exist in, right? Even though we are not off, it kind of like absorbs itself into your subconscious and becomes your reality, even when it shouldn't. So I want you to take a pause right now and ask yourself now, if you have your journal, put it out. Put it out right now because we are doing the work, okay? We are not just talking here, we are doing the work. I want you to pull down, like, in what way am I addicted to suffering? In what way am I addicted to survival? And you're going to notice that I'm addicted maybe in relationships not working. I'm addicted in quarreling with my partner all the time. I'm addicted to being in lack, especially in scarcity, because your calling is the portal to your abundance. It's like, in what way are you addicted to lack, to not having enough? You know, you're so addicted to not having enough that even when you have enough, you're going to make sure you spend it and stay in that state of not having enough because it's all what you knew your entire life. Like most people are like that, right? So there's that addiction to survival. You are addicted to being stressed. You're addicted to being high on cortisol. Your body can't relax, right? So this is a subconscious block stopping you from actually stepping in your calling and do like, in what way? I want you to drop in the chat, right? In what way am I addicted to suffering? In what way am I? And the second thing is that most of you are afraid of your power. You're afraid that if you finally return to your calling, you're going to be so freaking powerful. You're going to finally start that movement. You're going to actually have people that you're changing their lives. You're going to actually get compensated to do the work that you still came here to do. And to your ego, that's not fun. That's not fun because no, 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 it's not fun. You're too powerful. So, and you're afraid that if you get too powerful, you might not even know how to use the power. Let me know in the chat, like, in what way are you afraid of your power right now? And how you know you're afraid of your power? It's when you're playing small, you're settling. You know that you should be showing up and sharing the message, but you're like, no, I'm not. You know that you should be charging people for your gift, but you're like, no, 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 I can't do that. I'm gonna be too much. In what way are you feeling like you're gonna be too much right here, right now? Let me know in the chat or write it down in your journal, but share with us because I'm going to be going through and actually guiding you right here. Now, the second thing is that you want to understand that, first of all, I've already given you the blocks, but the one thing you want to understand is that it's if you feel lost right now and you don't know your purpose and you're even in survival mode, or you're making money but your nervous system is not calm, it's not fulfilling, it doesn't feel like, oh, this is what I came here for, like this is like your life doesn't feel euphoric in a beautiful sense, right? I want you to know that that's totally normal. Like the way you're feeling right now, it's normal. And even if you're unclear about what you're calling it, it's normal. It's normal because your calling has never left you. And it was always something that you had to actually, not figure out from the place of stress, but it's part of your calling that you had to go through this path in order to learn the flip side of living out of alignment to your calling, right? So if you don't know your calling, if you don't know the purpose of your life, if you feel like I'm lost, that's totally fine. That's totally fine because we get to actually discover that and then walk in that because your calling never left. It's just buried under the noise, right? It's buried under the noise of conditioning. It's buried under survival mode. It's buried under the trauma. Is buried under the fear of rejection. It's buried under the fear of not belonging. It's buried under the fear of feeling like you're not good enough. It's buried after the fear of rejection. It's buried under all of these things. Your calling is there. right? So if you're feeling stuck, I want you to remember that this is sacred. This is actually an opportunity for you to transmute something, right? Every time you feel a resistance, a block, it's an opportunity, it's a sacred moment because it's in the tension that we return to our truth. If there's no doubts, no fear, no blocks, no addiction to suffering, no, oh, I'm not going to be in my calling because your calling is actually your path to abundance and it's actually the things you should be doing. Or it's like, I'm stuck in this job. This job is freaking painful and I want to get out. Just want to share my gift and get paid. I want you to realize that that is normal and that is sacred because this is without this pain, you are not actually going to be ushered into your calling, right? So if you're feeling disconnected right now, like, oh, I don't know what's happening, then you are freaking aligned. You are freaking aligned. I want you to know that I am, regardless of where you are right now, I want you to, if you can put your hand on your heart and hold yourself and say, I am freaking aligned. Because even in the being lost, just the desire for you to return to the calling shows that you are on path, you're on track, on path, on your way back to the most aligned path. So you can clap for yourself and say in the chat, I am proud of myself. I'm proud of you for being in this room. I'm proud of you for sitting with this conversation, for actually sitting through the discomfort of all the things that are going to come up for you as we are activating and transforming right here. And be proud of yourself for journaling, right? So now let's get into, yeah, you're proud of yourself. I want everybody to kind of like say that because I personally, I'm also proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for showing up to guide you despite the circumstances. I'm proud of you for actually having this desire, but listening to that desire and obeying it because this is how you change your life. This is how you reinvent yourself. This is how you come back to your power and back in alignment to your highest path and highest calling. So if we want to talk about again, let's do so. If you are out of alignment, how then do you walk in alignment or walk back and into alignment with your calling? And first of all, you want to understand that it's not a magical moment, right? It's a return. This is why it's a rebirth process, right? And you want to value that journey of returning back to your calling because when we go through a spiritual awakening or ascension or whatever and exit the metrics, this journey of going back, the rebirth itself is actually the return to our calling. We are simply returning to who we were before the conditioning, before the trauma, right? So, what is going to actually happen to you and how is your life going to change after you actually return to your calling? Trust me, I already mentioned that a little bit, but I tell you I'm going to use this opportunity now to share my story. So, those of you who are new to my world, I'm going to start pretty back maybe in 2019. In 2019, or I'm going to start not there. That's most of you might have watched that part, but I built a very successful coaching business. I went from broke, being unable to pay a $10 rent in 2019 to launching my coaching business in 2020 when COVID hit. And I was still here in Africa and I was with my son, right? And I was unable to pay literally, if I can put in dollars, like a $20 a month rent at a time. And I decided that I was going to become rich and that I was going to do whatever it takes. Now, use my word, whatever it takes, no matter if it was out of alignment or in alignment, to actually create the life that I desire for my son. So I went on this reinvention journey of stepping into my personal power, of refusing that I'm not going to let whatever happened with my ex, and because I was in an abusive relationship and I loved everything when I left that relationship, I was never going to allow whatever happened there to define me. And I decided to be in my personal power and become the creator of my reality. I went all in on myself on that journey. And by the end of 2020, I had already made, now I started my business in June 2020. And by the December, I already made like over $50,000. And in 2021, it became a six-figure year. 2022 becomes a $500,000 year. And while I was doing all of this, I didn't realize that I had created that success from a place of trauma. I was fueled by my trauma to actually succeed and create, no matter how out of alignment it felt for me. So I was in this survival mode, and this is why I tell you, I grew up in a house where nobody in my family literally earning dollars or even make like $500. Like in CFA, like the highest person in my family will be making like 200,000, right? And it was really, I became this trailblazer. I became this trailblazer where I kind of like broke the rules. I defied the odds. And in 2022, I was seen online as this power ass coach. And at this time, I was using just the platform Facebook for my business. For those of you, if you've been on my journey, maybe some of you are here, maybe not. But I was seen as this powerful coach. Publicly, I was successful. I traveled the world. I bought my dream house, dream car, everything. And despite the public success and people clapping for me, deep inside, I felt unfulfilled. It looks like I had the money, but there were things that money couldn't get. And there was a part of me that I was hiding in my business. I entered this super masculine industry that appreciates strategy, income months, clients, and I became so logical, which is so disconnected from who I am here to be, from my calling. Because I'm not called to be a very mental person, I'm an intuitive person. So, as a result of building this business and really growing fast, I just got to a point where the there was so much happening, and at the core of it, I thought it was my nervous system that was dysregulated as a result of the amount of success I was achieving. I thought it was this that I did all everything you can think of. Hire coaches, paid six-figure for coaching. Like I did everything, okay? And despite doing everything, I still felt empty on the inside. I was making money, right? But I felt empty. And guess what? It felt hard. It felt like I was pushing. And because I was pushing, I started burning out. Now, how many of you know that feeling? Do you know that feeling of being in a job or in a career that though it's giving you the cash, you're succeeding, but it feels off. It just feels like it's punishment. And every day you're going to it, it feels like you're more disconnected from yourself, from nature, from life itself, and you're stuck up here. And before I knew, I had anxiety, panic attacks, being an HGG, like all kind of mental. I was in depression, coupled with my trauma. I was fueled by this desire to succeed from my ego, because if I just create success, the metrics way, right? The way the metrics says do it no matter what job, just do it to survive, just do it to pay the bills. Like if you know that feeling, you can let me know in the chat, because when we are put in the metrics, it's like, do it, just succeed. Okay. What is important is just succeed. But I'm here telling you today that it's not about how you succeed. It's not about succeeding. It's about how you succeed. And that success looked good, but it felt like shit. That is when I went on a journey, a 2 years journey from 2023. I was like, I'm going on a journey, and a journey to be reborn into alignment to my calling, because I was branding as somebody I was not. I was talking like other coaches. My content was like this. Like, I didn't even know who I was. Like, who am I really? What is my unique essence? Who am I? Right? Who am I? So it feels like, and it feels like, and the more I kept resisting and staying in that job, the harder it was becoming. And guess what? When the harder it becomes, the more your problems rise, and the less you're making money because you're stressed, and the more the problems in the metrics arise because you're creating them, and the more you can't even pay the bills, pay the team, pay the all of that, pay everything, the more your mental health is draining, your happiness, because when your happiness is out, you cannot make more money. Trust me. The more you feel like you're just there for the money, there's no impact. But despite all of this, I always knew I meant for more. I always had this big vision of being able to guide people spiritually. Like I always knew I was meant for more, but at the time I didn't know exactly what it is, or I didn't even know how to fit that into that my career then. I didn't even know, like I was just following the program. So when I decided that, hey, I'm gonna pause everything, collapse everything, and then go back to myself, right? This is when I went on this journey of returning to my calling. So, what I'm teaching you or what I'm sharing with you in masterclass is not something that I learned from a book. It's not even something I read somewhere. It's my embodied experience. This has been my journey. And after I went on that journey, I kept resisting and resisting and holding on to that company and holding on to, like, I've worked so hard. Everything kept going worse and worse and worse and worse until everything collapsed on its own. My bank accounts were shut down. My investment went crashing. Everything. It just like in the month, hell got loose and I was forced into alignment. So why am I sharing you with this? I lost it all. And I'm never ashamed to share that I hit that rock bottom because I was freaking stubborn. Because I thought that, oh, investing in another business coach to show me how to brand my company is more important than investing in a spiritual coach to actually guide me into alignment. Like if I know what I knew now or know now, if I actually had someone who could guide me back into my calling, even if they were asking for me to pay them 1 million, like 100,000, I would do it because I did it for business coaches. But I didn't think that this was actually important. And how many of you are doing this? You're thinking, oh, it's more valuable to actually invest in something that is going to do this than to invest in my calling. But trust me, what happened to me? I collapsed. And I tell you, every day I tell this to my private client, I lost it all so that you don't have to. I went through the collapse so that you don't have to. I went through this journey so that you don't have to walk alone. And you still get to decide, would I walk alone? Will I try to figure it out with try and error and waste more time? And more than just wasting more time, will I try to do this on my own and try to figure it out and maybe fail and take 2 years like I did? Or will you come and do it with me in 8 weeks? 8 weeks, right? So that get to be your decision. But whatever decision you choose is always the line. I remember I had coaches, I've shared this a couple of times. I was paying my coaches 5 figures a month for private coaching. And these were 1 year contract. I invested over $250,000 in my own personal development and growth. And I'm not talking about my company, okay? Myself. And in that investment, what was my man was, oh, is this the thing that is going to make me money? Is this the thing, the next shiny branding? Is it? And unfortunately, I never really saw someone teaching what I'm teaching you guys now, and I wish I did, right? But either way, I know that I went through that source, allowed everything to happen that way, so that I could be the person who paved the way for you, who kind of like go first and go through the heartache so that you don't have to. So I want you to
Ewa,
right now. Hello, everyone, please, if you're joining, kindly mute yourself. Thank you. Kindly mute yourself. Mute, everyone. Thank you. Okay. Kindly mute yourself if your mic is on Alphonse. I see fairness as well. So those are some of the things that I had to go through, right? So you get to decide whether you are going to get an alignment to your calling or not, right? So, first of all, what then is your calling? Let's get it. What is it really? Your calling, again, is not a title, okay? It's not a job. And I think I've already said it, it's a frequency. So, how then do you find your calling? Or how do you know your calling? Now, I use a formula that is almost like a fusion, right? That is like a fusion. And this fusion is a fusion of, I'm trying to mute you guys, everyone. Thank you. I mute, some people unmute themselves. Okay. So this formula is a fusion of your sacred gift, right? It's a fusion of your life curriculum and everything that you've been through, your soul journey, and especially your soul wounds, and also the service, right? So now here is, let's take the one. So I have it like a triangle. So if we could put it on the board, I'm going to show you how it looks like, right? So there's a triangle that I use to actually know what somebody's calling is. And this calling, again, it's their frequency, the unique frequencies they are here to express. So it's different than just saying, oh, I'm here to be a business coach. It's a spiritual frequency that you code that is able to actually allow you to then express in that. And when you express in that, you can build in alignment and create in alignment, right? So the first one is your sacred gifts. So what are your sacred gifts? Your sacred gifts are the unique gifts that comes easy for you. As a spiritual soul, here's the thing. You are meant to be paid to exist, right? To pay to exist. What does pay to exist mean? Paid for these gifts, because these gifts are literally like equipments that are given to support your calling. So how do we, again, know your gift? Now, your gifts most of the time are the things that comes very easy to you. These are the things that you can do effortlessly, and each time that you do them, people commend you for it. So if you don't yet have this kind of like thing in your life, have it from today. From today, every time somebody tells you, oh, thank you for doing this, or the way you did this is so the way they did that, okay, write that down. Okay. So for example, for someone like me, I have a gift of speaking, teaching, right? Teaching. So most people, and maybe you have commended me, maybe in one of my videos or something, even like the way you teach, the way you explain, the way you do this is amazing. And then the second thing the gift that I have is I have this gift of activation. I know how to act. I naturally activate people into their greatness. So and this happens effortlessly around me. When someone comes in my life, right? Before they leave my life, they see themselves better, more powerful. Not like it's like there's just no way someone can be around me and be small. You get what I mean? So it's like I have this gift of being able to activate and expand people. And even when they can't see their greatness, I can see their greatness, hold their greatness, and activate them into that greatness. And this was actually one of the gifts that actually got me, my clients, the biggest result when I was doing business coaching. Because they will come to me and maybe they have, I'm just taking an example, right? They will have oh, I have a $500 offer, right? And at that time, I'm like, hey, this is what I see. This is the potential. Actually, see, this is an offer you can actually create. And you can actually charge $10,000 or $50,000 for this offer. And then they will create that offer, right? Somebody will go from charging like say 5,000 for 3 months to creating this premium offer for 50,000 euros. And then in 2 days, they sell two sport, and that is already 100,000. Like literally, this happened to one of my clients in 2 hours, right? So I saw the bigness, and she's like, "Oh, I can't do this." And then I am able to guide her, support her, coach her, lead her into that bigness. So I'm sharing my example for you to reflect on your own life. And each time they come, it's like, oh my God, I hired another coach, but I was just playing small. They couldn't see my greatness. Like, you helped me to get in my personal power. You helped me to wake up like, oh, puissant. It's just like French, right? Oh my God, like the power, right? So I got so many of my client resort, even though I was doing the business coaching, and even though I'm doing this right now, I'm teaching, but it's more about the space I hold for you, what I see for you that you can't see for yourself. It's about the activation. It's about how when you're bullshitting yourself or you're sabotaging, I'm able to see it and call you and remind you more and about your greatness. And I'm able to hold you even in that bigness, even that if that bigness is greater than my own greatness. Right? So it's not the same as motivation. It's not even the same as inspiring. It's activation, right? It means I can actually activate something that is dormant within you, and it catches fire and you explode. So That is me. And that is because I'm self-aware. And I've done this for so long, right? That I know that this comes effortless. So look at your life. Look at the things, and these things come easy to me. Honestly, in a conversation with me, in a simple conversation, it comes up. I just do that without even realizing. So if you don't have a journal or a book, I want you to create, maybe have a journal or something that you're writing on, right? And you're gonna ask the people around you, like, what am I really good at? What do you think are my gift? What do I do so naturally? Like, what is my gift? Right? That's now because your gift is gift to equip you into your calling. So the fact that I'm good at activating people and I'm good at teaching and explaining things, does that then mean that I um I am an maybe I could be it could also mean I'm an activator, but is that the full scope of my purpose, my calling? It's actually not, right? It's just your gift is a tool to use when you're in your calling. Is this making, let me know in the chat if this is like, oh my God, I'm getting it. Like, and take a pause and reflect right now. Let me know in the chat if you're following and if you have done this. Like, have you ever done something for someone and they're like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, how do you do that? That's come so simple. Like, let me know in the chat. All right. I can see. I have such gift as well, and it makes me feel good. It makes to make you feel very good within themselves. Yeah, it's not really the same as feeling good. That would be motivation, right? You will be making that would be a motivational gift. So write that down as motivation. Activation is different from motivation, right? And also because activation is complete gift, even when I'm doing guided activation, in one of my courses, the Money Alchemy course, which I'm going to share with you in this program, because you should get that course if you want to completely live in alignment and become effortless money attractor. And it's going to be a bonus in the program that I'm going to be offering and sharing with you today. In that program, I actually share a lot of activations, and the people that did that, it was a 6 week group coaching program. It was with me. They were like, oh my God, people were living, going and making, like they made the money that they invested in the program the same day. And this has always happened with all my programs because of the activation. So even in guided activations, because I don't script things. I'm a channel, so things come through me. So I know I have the gift of teaching and counseling. That's amazing. Great. So so that's an example, right? That gift. Now, the second one is going to be, let's look at maybe like your life curriculum. I want you to also take some time right now and let me know in the chat. What are some of the biggest triumph you've had in your life? So a triumph is not the biggest win as in positive, but some of the hardest things you've overcome in this lifetime. Let me know in the chat. Everybody, let me know, what are some of, and if you are watching the replay, like, what are some of the hardest things you've overcome in this lifetime? What are some of the things you've overcome in this lifetime? Okay, what are some of the things you've overcome in this lifetime? Okay, write in the chat. People come to me to seek advice when they have problems, and when I give them advice, they go home happy. Great. So this shows you that you have this gift of actually coaching, counseling, mentoring, whatever. Coaching or counseling is the same, right? It's not the same, but it's kind of like aligned. So that could be a reflection that there's a part of your calling that has to do with you sitting in the calling of a coach. So saying I'm a coach is not just like, oh, I'm a coach, it's a title. It's about the embodiment that goes within that, right? Dorothy, I have overcome sickness. Great. So if you have overcome sickness, the biggest thing you've overcome, right? Now, I'm going to give you some callings that are in, if you've overcome sickness, and one of this could be that you're called to be, it could be a reflection that you're called to be a healer, right? A healer because your experience, your life experience gives you like the embodiment, right? It's like the things you've experienced was your teacher or to learn It was your teacher so that you can embody the work you're here to guide others through. Is this making like, does this land? Like, I went broke so that I could learn how to live in abundance, create abundance. And this is my calling. This is my calling. I went broke so that I could learn how to live in alignment to my calling, in alignment with my highest path. Or I went broke as a single mom so I could learn how to create abundance, right? And the highest things I've overcome in my life, there are two at this moment. The number one was learning to go from being broke to creating wealth. That's number one. And this is why I'm so freaking passionate about teaching people you about abundance, but not the way I did it at that time, but the way I'm doing it now, right? And then the second thing that I ever did was this return to my calling, my spiritual awakening, an ascension journey. The toughest, the most challenges, the biggest triumph I've had, those are two. And if you could give me any trophy anyway, I would tell you that. So this is why my work has to do with both the abundance, right? And this, what we are doing, spiritual ascension, spiritual growth, returning back to the calling. So this is why I'm here to guide people to create abundance, to manifest their dream man, their dream relationship, but not in alignment to their highest purpose, to their highest path, by embodying their highest self and living in their highest self, in the highest frequency, in the 5D, and all of this, and creating from them. Peter, depression here, so deep, but I triumphed. Amazing. So you could also be called to be a healer, right? Because a mentor, healer, not in the sense of, now healing in itself is a calling. This is what I'm telling you. And there are different ways people heal. So I'm not telling you go and be this healer, because there are million. Now the how, this is why the how is now your mission, which is going to be different for everyone. But it's about the calling here. The how you're going to fulfill your calling is going to be completely unique and different to you. For example, you can be, Dorothy can be a healer, right? And she helps people overcome sickness. I don't know what exact sickness, but it could be sickness in the physical body. Peter is also a healer, but he helps people overcome emotional or mental depression or mental problem. And maybe we even have another person who is still helping people to overcome, right? To heal or whatever. But then they are using plants, another person is using meditation. So your how, another person is writing books, another person is speaking, another person is doing social media, another person is whatever. I've overcome limiting beliefs. I am there. I'm not here that, but I believe I'm born for something greater and more great. I've overcome emotional torture. People pleasing, amazing. I've been survivor since childhood, amazing. I have overcome procrastination, masturbation, pornography, going to office from my state to one state to another. I will be the first to be in the office, amazing. I have overcome, went broke and lost my shop, ancestral curses, shame, disgrace. Like, y'all have like $1 million ideas right now. Like, y'all have $1 million calling. Can you see how much you've embodied? Can you see how much you've embodied? Like, you're like, go in the chat right now and like, can you see how much you've embodied? And here's the thing, these are all in alignment to your calling, and these are meant to be your gift. These are meant to be the tool for your own abundance and ascension. But can you see how maybe you've been playing small and thinking, oh, I don't know enough. I don't have enough. I've not experienced enough. When you have actually been training for this calling, right? And then the last thing is like service. Like, if now this is for the service, I'm going to ask you this question. If you won $1 million lottery right here, right now, and you didn't have any financial problem, you didn't have anything, okay, I kind of like went on off for a second, but I'm back. All right, let me know if you're following. We are crashing the internet. Each time this happens, it's like our frequency is so high. You have to understand this. We are crashing the internet. This is what we are doing. Okay, so your service. So the service is like if you won $1 million, like lottery, and you had your dream home, your dream home, you've helped everybody you wanted, like, and you didn't have to worry about bills, food, pay, you're out of that survival. Who would you be? Let me know. Now, these are little soul nuggets to actually show you who you're called to be. And then the fourth thing that we actually goes into this formula is actually channeling spirit, letting spirit speak to you. Channeling spirit. And channeling spirit is about tapping into your higher self, right? Tapping into your higher self and tapping into your higher self and letting spirit come through you. And this is a more advanced skill, but is the most accurate. Channeling spirit is the most accurate skill and the most accurate way to know your calling because you're tapping into you at the highest frequency. There is no ego involved. There is no mind involved. There is no body involved, right? And channeling spirit, it has, for me personally, is the thing that accurately gave me my calling and all the facet of it, like all the facets of it. I am here to be a spiritual guide and teacher, right? That is my frequency. Spiritual guide and teacher. That is frequency I'm vibrating at. So it's not about the job title that I have, right? So even if tomorrow I decide, oh, I'm a priestess, that's just a name. That's not the title. But the frequency I embody and hold, the frequency that is me, that is unique to my signature is that, right? And I only got that accurate after learning how to channel spirit, after learning how to connect in a higher realm, listen to ancestors, and channel my higher self specifically. Because my higher self is the me in the higher plane that is unfiltered. Like, that doesn't have any programming. It's like he has lived all the lifetime. He knows everything from a past, from a future. It doesn't exist in time. So there is no mistake that can be done there because the mind is even involved. So when we use all these other things that I talked about, like you're looking at your past, all of that are just spiritual nuggets. Like they are little light to show you what it could be, direction, right? And because they are little direction, they may not be the most accurate. So the most accurate, I always say, is that you get beyond the logic, the mind. Get beyond the mind. Shut the mind off because the mind is going to do everything with your own filters. Right? And trust me, right now today, you may have this is that if I had all the money in the world, I'm going to be a healer. Great. But tomorrow, maybe you decide you change your mind. Oh, if I had no money, it'll be good to have be this, right? You see what the mind does? Because the mind in itself is the ego. So the best and most accurate way that I do is through channeling. So this is when I tap into my own high self and or my client's higher self, I connect with their spirit team, their angel and their guides, right? Or whatever spirit they are working with. And we're like, okay, spirit, what is it? And it shows everything from the blueprint. Personally, my guide had to show me my past life from the day of Lemuria, Atlantis, and all of that, and then give me details of every lifetime. And even my last one before this, I was a monk, and then tell me why in this lifetime I need to create systems. I need to be a builder. Because in my previous life, it was like you were an escapist, right? You went into the mountains, you were meditating, you thought that real spirituality is impact. So this is one of my calling in this lifetime, right? Or one of my purpose in this lifetime is to impact people. So this is why when you actually tap into spirit, it gives you everything and you cannot always be clear because more clear rather, because with what all the nuggets I've given you, it's amazing, right? You can start there, go home today, do some work even with yourself. But the most accurate and the fastest way, sit down with spirit. If you can channel spirit. If you cannot channel, go hire someone who can channel. Now, not every channel you trust, but the one that feel aligned for you, right? And this is why in the program that we are talking about, that the Align Abundance, which is the group for 8 weeks group coaching program that I am opening doors to today, one of the things that I'm going to be doing for you is that I'm offering for the people who sign up today, only fast action takers only, in the next 3 days, not today. The one for today have a different bonus, which is my other course, which I'm the money course I'm going to give you for free. But in this 8 week program, for those who sign up today, I get to do that for you. Like I channel with you for you. We get a 60-minute channeling session where I am tapping into your higher self. I'm trans channeling and I'm reading you and I'm talking to your spirit guide. And because I have that ability to do that for you, right? And then we get clear on that. Then we get clear on your mission. We get clear on your power. So if you ever want me to do that for you, because this session alone, I actually channel currently for $111, which is crazy because I've never done it for that low. This session alone is 111, but the price for this program in itself is going to be freaking low, right? So if you are ready or you want to claim a spot, you have just 3 days to actually sign up for that. I'm going to channel for you. Okay. I channel for you. Like this is not mental. We're not doing it mental. It's not even intuitive. Like it's spirit itself. We are going to the purest, cleanest source. Okay. All right. So again, why should you like, first of all, why should you return to your calling? Again, or join this program. I'm giving you some reasons. You're going to replace that confusion and actually get clarity, okay? And then the next thing is that you're going to replace this hustle with magnetism. Because in this 8 week program, which is the path of abundance, Align Abundance, that's the name of the program, I am helping you to fully tap into your calling, right? You now have an idea, like you have seen that just the experience you've had, this desire, you are a healer. There are people here who are healers, right? You are a healer. You have this burning desire and you know that there's this thing that if you had all the money in the world, you would spend your day doing. When you are living in that calling, and then you are getting paid for that, that is when you are living. Most people are existing. They don't live. They don't have a life. They don't have the freedom to do whatever they want, whenever they want. And one of my reasons why Spirit came to me and it was like, we need to create this program. Oh, I will not cry. But Spirit told me that there are a lot of time I want to talk to my children or I want to connect with people, but they are too busy. They are too busy hustling, looking for survival, trying to, that they don't have space for me. The only reason why I could leave my city fancy, whatever life and come live here for how long, I don't know, that I'm just sold out to Spirit, is because I am free. It's because I get paid to do what I love, which is what we are doing now. And you get to do that by stepping in your calling. You get to do that. And in this program, we help you not only but activate your magnetism to replace the hustle. It's about you becoming magnetic. No more chasing. Like if you agree with me to this, like from today, you know that you want to be at this place where you're no longer chasing in any form. This is in relationship. This is in friendship. This is in, just drop, I am done chasing in the chat. Like drop, I'm done chasing in the chat. This is agreement, right? When two people say things, they agree. It's an energetic command that we are creating, right? So the next thing is that you attract aligned people, aligned clients, and aligned experiences when you return in your calling and you're living in your calling. Now, let me say this, share a story. How many of you here want to attract people who are, especially relationship, maybe lovers, maybe whatever? How many of you want to attract people that are spiritual, awaken, and get into divine union? That feels like soul contract. That feels like find that one, find that person, and not have to do with people who don't completely understand you within your crazy. Like, how many of you want to attract this kind of relationship? Now, it felt impossible for me to find someone that was completely aligned to me when I was a business coach. I'm going to be honest. Like, I had always desired at a soul level, I don't know how, that I want to be in relationship with, I wanted to create something that was euphoric, out of this world, something that felt like a co-creation of the divine, a relationship that wasn't just egoistic and carnal and fleshly, but that was so deep and almost like a portal for the divine to come through. And I never, ever, 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 ever get people approach me. I'm just sharing it all here, like with you guys, when I was doing that, because I was out of alignment. The moment I started living in my calling, I don't know why I'm laughing saying this, but the kind of requests I literally get like every day. It's like I have a pool and I get to choose from. And here's the thing, Dorothy, I'm seeing your comment. You don't have to give up on love, because here's the thing, when you align, the right person comes. At times, the right person is not coming because you're not aligned. You're not yet in your calling. And when you're in your calling, you are vibrating at the aligned frequency. You're so incarnated yet to do. So the person, some people can then come in your life, right? And they'd be like, okay, yeah, this person, we are not a match. So when you are in alignment, it's not just about, oh, you're going to make money, start package your gifts and be able to do. That's not just, it's about the opportunities that you get, especially when it comes to connection. I'm saying this because I've seen it. Like, you get to connect with people. Personally, I have people from everywhere, countries I've never been to. And all of these things are coming to me. I have not sat one day and be like, oh, please, where do I go? Or be on a dating app or be chased. Like, none of that. I am simply existing, fulfilling my calling, living in alignment to my highest self, shining the divine light and letting source express itself through me. And that is creating the ripple. So when we also get you return to your calling, your energy become a brand. You know, you don't need to kind of like build a brand in the 3D metrics of brand of, oh, look like this, do like this, talk like this. Like, your energy, your embodiment, your life becomes your brand. It's like everything you've been through, everything spirit is guiding you through. You get to pay to exist. Let me say that, because that is how it feels like. Because every day you love spiritual things. You're so fucking passionate about spirit, higher self, channeling, reading a star seed and aliens, and like me, you love being close to nature and listening to the birds and walking up slow and not chasing. You are being you and loving it, and then you'll get compensated for it. How better could life be? And you don't really have any illnesses, because lack of happiness is actually responsible, and mental health and trauma is actually responsible for like 80% of the illnesses out there, honestly. And you don't really get any of that. Like, how healthy could you get? Right? How healthy could I get? Literally, I ask myself that every day. So you stop leaking your energy and start leading in power and clarity and ease, because most of you're stuck in careers, jobs, or businesses that are actually just leaking your energy. You know how you leak your life force energy through maybe things like masturbation and things that are not really aligned? You leak your life force energy each time you're giving energy into something, a project, a career that is not really aligned. Yes, you get the result, but it comes with hard work. Let's be honest. This is why in the 3D, the rule of the game is work hard. Work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard. Right? And then the 4D, the rule of the game is believe hard, think hard, think hard, think hard, energy hard. In the 5D is be hard, be hard, be hard, be hard. Like, all that you do, be in your calling. Wake up every day being fulfilling your purpose, living in alignment to your calling. Alignment, 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 alignment. Is this aligned? Is this aligned to my calling? Is it aligned to who I came here to be? This is the shift that changes everything for you. Right? And money, recognition, fulfillment, like, all of that becomes a byproduct of your alignment. Let me tell you, in the 3D, money is a byproduct of hard work. In the 5D, money is a byproduct of your alignment. You can quote me anywhere and write that as a quote, go post it, whatever. In the 3D, money is a byproduct of hard work. Work hard. This is why all the productivity gurus, I followed them when I was still in the matrix. But guess what? It burned the shit out of you. Let's be honest. Like, let's just put our egos in the trash, right? It's hard. It's hard. And now it just feels effortless. Do you know how it feels, for example, to just wake up and maybe going on my walk and then a thought come to my mind, I put out my forward spirit, say something and I share it and I just post it and people are like, okay, how do I pay you every day in the DMs? Like it feels effortless. It's not about inaction. It's not about zero action, but it's about action that doesn't feel like action because it's just part of you. If you want this for yourself, I want you to drop I want this in the chat. Now, this is again is your confirmation, is your agreement. These are codes that I'm drawing because we are actually commanding some things into existence in your life. All right. So, what is the path to remembrance? I want to share with you now the path to remembrance. And the path to remembrance and living in abundance, right, in alignment to your soul calling, your soul purpose, and your life is a 3-part formula that I actually creating on this journey of returning back to my own calling, right? And trust me, I'm going to be honest and share something with you right now. Maybe the amount of financial money in terms of that I am currently earning in my life and business behind the scene, it's not the same as what I used to. But guess what? I know I'm going to get to the place I used to and even more and more. And it's going to feel like fun. It's going to feel effortless. Why? I did 50K cash day. I did 20K months consistently. I did all of that. Like I did it, but it was hard work. It was hard work. And on this path, you are actually opportune for me to not just give you the wisdom that I have embodied the past 2 years, but everything from my business coaching, everything, right? So this 3-part formula is what actually birthed through me that came as a result of my own journey. And this is for you who don't have to spend time. You don't want to waste time and learn and like figure it out. Why maybe losing your business, losing your mental health and being stuck in a career, waking up, going to like, you want to bypass the struggle. Like in this life, there are 2 people. There are 2 categories of people. And I've worked with millionaires and also live with millionaires and people who are really affluent in the world. And this is what I can tell you. There are 2 categories of people. There are people who are millionaires, not according to their bank account, but that actually is what gets them that money in their bank accounts. And there are people who are the average people. The difference between the millionaire and the average person is that the millionaire values something. And I'm going to share that before I get into the 3-part. The millionaire values time over money because they understand this thing. Time cannot be bought back. You see that 1 second, it's gone. Like it's gone. You're getting like close to 90. Like it's gone. Okay, it's gone. You see that one day, you cannot get it back. So they value time over money. Why? The average human, especially those in the 3D, because as you awaken, all of this spirit wakes you up to all of this. You value time over money. Okay. So for example, you will see a millionaire and a billionaire, whatever, and he gets a private jet and you think it's just the luxury. It's not luxury they are getting. He is buying time. The fact that he goes to an airport, books a first class or a business class or whatever, and sit there for, let's say, 2 hours, 3 hours, and the flight takes off and he's going, and maybe there's a port and there's a transit and he misses an opportunity. He's like, no. If I get money to get buy time, then I have time to make more money because I can get more money. So the reason why most people, especially in the spiritual path, actually we get in this place where we are not fully abundant on our own part as we are living in alignment in our calling is because we still have this average 3D metrics way of thinking, right? So I want you to notice now as I share this path, in what way am I valuing money over time? Like you can choose to go on your own lane and be like, I'm going to take the slower path and go figure this out on my own. And guess what? You're going to figure it out. But it's gonna take you maybe 2 years, like it did me, 1 year, 3 years, I don't know, or maybe 1 month, either way. But I'm presenting an opportunity for those of you who are ready to take 12 weeks, sorry, 8 weeks, not 12 weeks, 8 weeks, that's 2 months, to go from I am not clear on who I'm called to be. I'm not clear on my gift. I don't even know what my purpose is. To I don't know what the problem is that I can solve in the world. I don't know how to get paid. I don't know how to show and build an audience. I don't know how to create an offer. I don't know how to sell. I don't even know how to do all of these things. To okay, I have showed up. I have created. I have know my calling. I know my gift. I know exactly what I'm here to do. I know the problem I can show up and share with people. I know how I can get them to pay me. Like you start, right? And if you want to create a company, maybe in the US or anywhere, you get to do that, right? But this is for the people who you want to jump the nuances, like you're not here for slow things, right? So the three-part formula is the first thing is that it's clarity. We have to clarify. So what are we clarifying? We are clarifying your calling so that you finally feel grounded. And again, I said, and I say this again, your calling is not the title. It's about being reborn into an identity. It's about who you are here to be. It's a rebirth. You go to be like, for example, if I say you are called to be, you can be called to be a healer, but you are living on a frequency of and not a healer, even though you're called to be a healer, because you haven't embodied it, you haven't done your own work, you haven't, there are still maybe trauma shocks in your life, or you're still easily triggered by rejection, you still fear judgment. So these are things you're still transmuting and being born into. So it's about your calling. It's not about, oh, I need to have it all figured out. Like I need to be completely healed to be say I'm a healer, but it's about the rebirth process, stepping into it, right? Stepping into it and allowing yourself to be born again into it. Is this making sense? Okay, for example, I know I'm here to be a spiritual guide and a teacher, but I wasn't always holding that frequency. Why? There were beliefs around I'm not good enough. I wasn't always holding that frequency. Even if you say, oh, I can teach you, I always believe that I don't know enough. And spirit, until I embodied that frequency, spirit started coming through me and teaching me things. And there will be times when I don't even know how to say things or what to say. And spirit will just speak through me. And later I'll be like, spirit was that. It was like, yeah, you're a channel. You are not just a mentor teacher who teaches what you learn. You teach what you've experienced and what comes through you. And he's like, that's why you hate reading. Like, I hate sitting down, opening pages and reading with my eyes. Like, it's freaking boring. Like, I'm one of those people. But I learned my own in a weird way from source. So this is an example to say that I wasn't always the person that's like, even though I know that is who I'm called to be, but I wasn't embodied in it. So it's not about just knowing. This is why in this program, we get you to know, and then we set you on a journey to embodying it. Why we actually also get you to experience and start receiving abundance in your life. Because you need money. Let's call it like that. You should have money, not need, but you should have money in order to live in the expansion or freedom to actually grow in that calling, expand in that calling. Like, if this makes sense, I want you to drop me a fire emoji in the chat. So the first thing is clarity. We are clarifying your calling. We are clarifying your mission. We are clarifying how you can start sharing this calling in the world. We are clarifying your gift, right? And again, like I said, for the people who join today in the next 24 hours, only, you're going to have a bonus, which of course I'm going to talk, but that's not, but those who join in the next 3 days, which is 72 hours, you get to have this one private call with me, mentorship call. And in this call, I'm channeling your higher self, okay? Your guide, your angels, they're coming through and speaking in confirmation and making sure everything is freaking aligned, because we are not doing guesswork here. All right. And then the next step after we clarify all of that is that we align. We align you to the right energy, right? Especially around money, especially around being compensated for your gift. Some of you just think that you just look down on your gift, and there's this spiritual thing, especially in the spiritual community, like you shouldn't be compensated for your gift. But your gifts are the only, and your calling is how you're here to be and experience everything. It's like it's the channel through which everything is meant to come in your life, right? Is how many days is the course? It's a 8 weeks course. So it's 8 weeks. And I'm gonna go detailing into that. So you being aligning you to the right clients, aligning first of all, your relationship with money. We align your relationship with money. This is on week 2 or week 3 of the program. We align you to your relationship with money. So we are going and removing all these resistance around, oh, if I'm spiritual, I shouldn't experience abundance. Like we don't experience abundance because we need money to feel validated or feel like we are good enough. In fact, I can live off grid with no income and I have everything that I need. Like, but we get to express that well because it's our identity. It's part of who we are. In the 5D, it's not separate from us, it's who we are. We don't even look for it. We express it. It comes through us. And it comes through us through our soul work, through your gift. This is how you express money. Now, there's a video I made talking about how in the 5D, we don't manifest, like we don't try to get money, visualize, go and chase. We remember our oneness with abundance. We will remember, you remember that you are one with all things, money, even the partner you're looking for, they're just a mirror of you. You're one with all things. And because you're one with money, the 100 million or whatever you're desiring to manifest right now is already in you. So how do you express it? It's already in you. And even in the 3D, the belief that money is simply a value and you have value. Like you've shown me problems here that you can solve. Like you said, this is what I've embodied. You've said, this is what my journey has been. You've said, this is my gift. I am gifted in counseling, teaching, and all that. You've said, this is what, if I had all the money, who I would be. I'll wake up being every day. Right? The unique frequency I'll wake up and live in every day. So because that is the unique frequency you wake up and live in every day, that is value. You need to express that. And money just recognize it. It's magnetized. We don't chase. We don't look. So saying we don't chase is not a flex. It's not some fancy things, trend. It's a spiritual truth that can be tested and truth. So the second part is really aligning you internally to realize that, hey, you are not just worthy of money. You're not just worthy of freaking being successful in this lifetime as a good person or as an awakened person. We need more awakened people who have resources to do all the soul work that Spirit is calling them to do without feeling like, oh, I'm limited. I can't go here because I don't have this or I can't do this. Like, we need you to be freaking wealthy. Like, because it's who you are. How can you tell me you are one with all things and then money is like, so we get you in the psyche, especially getting to deconstruct your ego in that area, because most of the time of, oh, I'm not good enough, I don't know enough, oh, money is evil, is the root of all evil, spiritual people should, that's the ego. That is your spiritual ego showing up to make you to feel that it's more reputable, it's more virtuous to live in lack and suffer, be in that addiction to suffering, right? When you should be expressing your gift in the world, than actually being in this place of stillness, calm, and listening to spirit and just chilling with source every day. Like, that is your ego. We get to really align that. The next thing is we align you to your ideal client. So this is alignment to your relationship with money and aligning to the unique problem you can help people to solve. We clarify that in the clarify, but we align you to the right clients, the right people that you should be speaking to based on your energy, the frequency you are here. Those people also hold that frequency that are going to recognize that frequency and be like, oh, this resonate at the frequency level, right? And then we align you to the right platform, or if you want to build TikTok, YouTube, whatever. And we align you to be able to attract those people, right? And then through your messaging, through the way you're creating content and all of that, like I've been teaching people all of this for like all these past years since 2020, right? And I still have private coaching clients, by the way, for those of you who don't know, where I coach them purely on business, but it's more spiritual business now. So I want to be able to share with you all this content, all these strategies, everything. And then we enter the third pillar, which is abundance. Now, in the abundance, we really learn teaching you how to receive. Most of you, the problem is not that you are not even working or you're not putting, is that you don't know how to receive, right? Receiving feels difficult, right? And when somebody, you just feel like you should be like, no, it's not safe to receive. I shouldn't receive. So learning to become abundance itself, embody that frequency, walk in that frequency every day and live in it so that everything that you desire becomes a byproduct of who you are here to be and not an extension of what you need to do in order to survive like everyone in the matrix, right? So this program is going to be for 8 weeks and we start on August 8th. 4th, sorry, August 4th, not 8th. August 4th. So if you want more details about this program, drop me an emoji in the chat. Drop me an emoji in the chat right now. And it's going to be August 8th and it's going to be weekly coaching course, like I said. So weekly, we are going to be having coaching course every week. And for those of you who join in the next 24 hours, you get access to the Money Alchemy course for free. So my Money Alchemy course is actually a course that I've run for years. And this is about like healing your relationship with money. And what's happening? Okay, I think I know like sleep. Okay, and in this course, I teach you how to heal not just your relation with money or this is deep in our work, healing, trauma work, deep healing. And we are healing your relationship with money, your generational, ancestral wounds, ancestral trauma, all of that. That course is a complete course. Rewiring yourself for abundance, regulating your nervous system to receive money. It's a full course and it's used to sell for $1,011, like 1,111 for that money course. And we have people, there's testimonials even for that course where people just sign up and as you sign up, money is coming because it's an energetic exchange, right? When you exchange from a place of excitement, expansion, and be like, oh, this is going to change my life. It comes in. So you're going to learn all of this in that course. For those who sign up in the next 24 hours, you get that course. Now, for those who sign for free, you don't pay for it. For those who sign up in the next seven, like 24 hours, right? I said 72 hours for okay, for the next 24 hours, you get the course for free. And after 24 hours, you don't get access to the course. But if you sign up within the next 72 hours, which is 3 days, right? 72 hours, you get the one-on-one call with me. So the one-on-one reading call is completely free. Now, currently that call alone is $111. So if you sign up today, you're going to get the course and the call. If you sign up after today, you're going to get the call without the course. And then if you sign up after 3 days, you are actually going to have the price of this offer is going to go up by $111. So Spirit told me that it's amazing how everything is just working as planned. Spirit told me there were going to be 10 people. Now, when I register, I'm going to share something with you, magical, how Spirit works. When I was creating this offer, my intention was like, I want 200 people to register for the masterclass. Now, Spirit told me, no, I'm like, yeah, okay, 100. Spirit say 100. I was like, fine, but I'm going to stretch. Let the 200 be my, what we call the impossible goal, right? Where you're just expanding. It's just a stretch. It's just a fun game you play energetically to be like, let's see if 200 people will come. So because that happened, I was like, okay, by the end of today, actually, I think that we had 105 of you were registered. And then I was sitting with Spirit and I'm like, Spirit, how many people are going to be live? And he's like, 10 people. So there have been more than 10 people live, but it's amazing how I'm sharing this when there are 10 people live. And I asked Spirit, how many people are going to sign up? And he told me the number. So I'm just going to trust that those of you who feel called, you are going to move and you are not going to let your ego, your mind stop you. Because again, you have two paths. You either go the slow or the fast. Either way, it's all aligned, right? And so for the course, again, I'm just going to share my screen right now with you to kindly show you and walk you through the weekly step by step of what exactly we are going to be doing each week. Okay. So this is like a quick, almost like a quick share. So this is what the offer looks like, right? And it's for you who know you're here to be light leaders. And so I'm going to be showing with you exactly how we are going to be doing week by week. So inside the 8 weeks, this is the first week. So you get weekly calls, and then you also get, we have a group, a community after the call. You get week one, we do clarify your calling. Week two, oh, week two, we kind of like clarify your money blocks. And this is around service and being charged with releasing money shame, spiritual poverty mindset, and ancestral blocks. Week three, we identifying your soul aligned problem, the unique problem you can help people solve, right? It's like get clear on the transformation you really designed to offer and who it is meant for. And then week four, we create your signature offer. Like, what is it that you're going to be offering people? Week five, you learn to call in your aligned client, and this is aligning energetically with people who are already praying for what you have to offer right now, right? And this is also about building your audience. Week six, we have how to articulate your value and your message. So you're learning how to create content, how to articulate messaging, and all of that. Week seven, we grow your audience and visibility. How to grow your audience? So I think you all have seen how I literally grow this account in 1 month to 12,000, and it's not random. It's because also I know how the strategy part of it, even though the energetic is also there. So it's both energetic and strategic. And week eight is like sacred selling and integration, how to actually sell in an aligned way, right? Learn how to sell with love, with soul and sovereignty, and integrate your identity as a divine CEO. So this is what you receive: eight weekly live calls. So every week we are going to have one group coaching call. On that call, you get hot seat where I get to coach people in the group and pick one person at a time, because Spirit told me this is not a big group. And then you get integration too. So in our work prompts, replay, you get access to all the replay for every call, and you get lifetime access to this replay. Then we have a Telegram support group where all of us who are in this program, you get to keep up with each other within the week. And then you have like sacred support, sacred reflection. So these are the bonuses I talked about. The fast action bonus for those who act in the next 24 hours is actually going to be for free, right? You get to access to the Money Alchemy course, which is 1011. And those where you learn how to reprogram your relationship with money. Those who actually join in the next, it's 3 days. It's 3 days, not 7 days. You get a private call with me. So the full investment for this program, if I was selling to like it's like a $1,011. Okay, this is the full price. But for those of you who are live here, this price right now for the next 24 hours is 222. Or if you don't tell me, oh, that's too much, you have a two payment plan. You pay $122 now, and then after 1 month, there's another payment, right? So why this price? This price right now, today, because of those of you who registered, you showed up, you stayed to the end, and you get the at $22. Now, after 24 hours, first of all, there's not going to be access to the money course again, one. And then two, the price is going to go up to 333. And then after 72 hours, there's not going to be access to the private call, the private call again, and then the price is going to go up to the 444. And before we begin, until the day we actually begin this program, the price is going to go up gradually. I'm not going to tell you how Spirit is going to lead, but the price is going to keep going up until it gets to the full price of $1,111. So by the day we are starting this program, the price should be $1,111. So I'm going to leave it there. For those of you who feel the leading to call, to jump in, to join, or if you have any questions right now, you can kindly ask. I'm open now to your questions and your anything that comes up for you, or any questions that you have about the program or anything you need to clarify. So, yay, we can get you unmuted. Didn't get the first price. Please type the price. The network is bad. So it's 222 right now for the next 24 hours only. I know you're here for me. I just know. Oh, that's amazing. It's 222 only. This is what I'm just following spirit leading, right? It's 222 for 24 hour only. And you get access to the course and this spirit like and then after 24 hours you get access to the price goes up to 333, but you don't have access to the course again. So that is the hope you got that Sage. Any question? Okay, let me kind of like unmute. If you want to ask a question, you can kindly raise your hand and then I'm gonna unmute you. This end no matter at all, but okay, Peter has a question. So you can unmute yourself, Peter.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi.
Hello.
I enjoyed everything you said throughout. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate.
Most welcome.
Um, my question goes thus. I like to know when the 24 hours, like the deadline, when does it start? Is it after the program, this meeting ends, or when is it
Okay, so it will
specifically?
be after the meeting ends because I think we'll be out of here. We're at the time 90 minutes actually off already. We are at like 10 minutes above 90 minutes, which I didn't actually realize. At times I need somebody to keep me to time, but it will be like 5 p.m. So by the time we're out of here, so 5 p.m. now, 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Thank you.
You're most
All right, those are
welcome.
how I answer. All right.
All right. Any other question? Guys, if you have a question, just kindly raise your hand and ask. Mode of payment, I'm in Nigeria. I don't have dollar account. I have only Naira account. Do you have a card? Even though I'm still figuring out how to get the money. Yeah, that's the thing. If you feel called, I want you to guys to understand. I don't have the money, so I'm going to shut out this possibility is always an excuse. I'm saying this as somebody who was in this dying situation, but I had to figure this out. I had to figure it out because I understood how important this was. I think I shared, I don't know which live I shared this on how I made my first $5,000 investment, even though I was homeless. It was a stretch. It was not about the availability of money. It was about my willingness to go all in on myself. And it's the same thing I'm going to share with you. It's about your availability. So do you have a card? If you want, please, you can just kindly raise your hand and then I'm going to unmute you if you have a question. So ask yourself, how can I? And if you knew that this was like the last chance that you had, what would you do? Would you go all out? Would you? Because I have an ATM card. So can you do online payment with it? Because I have a checkout page. I just put and you put your ATM card. If you have ATM, and this is why I actually made the price like this because I know most of you are from Africa. If I was selling to my past audience, it's impossible for us to sell, or this program would be more valuable than for them than this. But I know how it's a stretch for most of us here, right? I've not tried it before. So is it Visa? If it's Visa or Master, it's going to go. So you kindly ask for the payment link. I'm going to send to you, and then you can try. You can ask the payment link in the DMs because I'm not selling this program publicly. I'm not selling it like maybe once in a while in my lifetime I mention it, but I'm not intentionally because I know the instruction that came with this. So can I get the payment link? Yes, let me just drop the link in the chat right now. So speak. For those of you who feel called. So you're going to notice that the price right now is a certain price. After 24 hours, it's going to change. And after that, it's gonna change again. So it's gonna keep changing until it's the full price. Any other question, Divine Souls? Let me know in the chat. You have any other questions? Okay, I'll drop it here. You can kindly go check the exchange rate. I don't know how much that is. Um, okay, but that is it. That is you can also go directly here, and that's the way you can make the payment if you feel called in the next 24 hours. So I can't tell you how the exchange rate and right. You're most welcome. My lovely souls. Okay. So this is more of a welcome to Align to Abundance or anyone who feel called to join. I'm excited to see you, share with you. Like, I can't wait to pour all the business wisdom. And I know the number of people who are going to join. And for the souls that are going to join, like, oof, I'm going to go all out on you. I tell you. One of my clients used to say, I'm like white on rice when I want you to succeed. That's how I am. I'm gonna be on your neck, like on you until I see you. You mentioned, yeah, there's a you do you want the payment plan link? Peter's like, please be on my neck. Trust me, you will experience it. Okay, if you want the two payments plan, the two payment link, then I can also send that to you. But I will send you that in the DMs because I need to go grab it somewhere right now. Let me see. Okay, DMs. All right, Divine Souls, do you have any other questions around your calling? Let me know in the chat. And if you don't have any, let me know how your thoughts about the experience, the masterclass. Did you learn? What changed for you? Did anything activate in you? What exactly shifted for you? And then we are gonna close. I'm just gonna give it a few seconds and then we go off. All right, divine souls, if nobody for me, I know I'm meant to be here and this is my path to follow. That's amazing. Like that's that level of assurance and that level of certainty in spirit guidance is actually what create results. I noticed the number of payments in the payment is 3 and 9. I don't understand what that is. The number in the payment is 3 and 9, 39. What does that mean? Maybe you're having an engine number 222 and 333. Yes. I love using engine numbers so much because I know there are messages. I know there are. So yes, there are there are messages. So it's not those are not really actually 3 and 9. Those are just 333, 222, and 333. Each is a codes and a frequency. And this is one thing I want to share with you guys, like one secret. And I'm going to talk even about the payment plan that we talked about here, right? If whenever you're doing a spiritual exchange, an energetic exchange, and you see an angel number, and maybe let's say you see 222 and 122, always try, no matter how if it feels impossible, to go for the full complete angel number. Now, there is a code, there's an energetic code, right? And there's a reason why these numbers hold frequency. And their frequency is actually in alignment to a specific code that you're unlocking in your life. So that's why I always say, like, if you see 222, when I'm in maybe like a payment, I'm like 222, or I see 333 and then I see 122, I'm always like, no, I'm gonna go for 333, like it's a complete. So that's just like That's just like an energetic thing for me that I personally do in order to expand my container. Uh, Summary of the figure. So, oh, I see what you mean. You're trying to summarize. Oh, no, we don't summarize angel numbers because those are angel numbers. You're trying to bring it down to to a single numerological number. No, angel numbers are different. Angel number actually code the codes. And this is why, like, one of my mentors, she said something. She said, people kept saying that the frequency on the number when they sign up for my things are so high. And at times it's so high for them that I actually had to put some to be like, just not use the engine number again. People are like they feel so much expansion, and I'm like, yeah. So it's engine numbers. If you don't know about engine's number, you can check that out. And any code you go with, it will have its own frequency and a message. All right, divine souls, thank you all for joining me today. And see you maybe in the next. If you don't have any questions, I'm gonna drop now. Let's jump up. Our time is up and see you inside abundance, align abundance. I can't wait to help you and support you to get on your part of align abundance. And you can maybe share on social media what your experience was here, or you can always share with me in the DMs how you felt. And I'm going to be sharing that with everyone. That is with your permission. If you'd like me to be like, oh, this one says she experienced this in the masterclass, that would be amazing. So that next time more people can join us for this expansion. I'm sending you so much love and life, and take care of yourself.